Hello YouTube, it's me, Bloke again, and today I'll be walking through with you the T-34 76 and the best ways to use it in my opinion. So, as I said, the tank I'm using today is a T-34 76. So, let's go through the positions first of all. You can access the positions by pressing 1, 2 or 3 on the keypad. 1 takes you to the driver position. 2 takes you into the gunner and commander position. And 3 takes you into the hull gunner and engineer position. So let's have a bit of a closer look at what each position does. So the driver position first off has 3 different ways of viewing. First view, if you scroll backwards, brings you to the looking through the vision ports position, and if I zoom out it will open the front hatch. Both of these have their advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of having the open hatch is obviously ease of looking around and if it's an easier way to drive. However, it leaves you exposed to fire. Driving like this is a big hindrance because you can barely see anything. And the last view is a much easier way to drive but leaves you unable to look around. The second position is the commander / gunner. He has many different ways to view. It will automatically put you in the looking down the gunning sights. If I scroll forward, it will take me out into the turret. The turret has many different ways to look. You can see here that there are view prompts on both the vision slit and commander's periscope. If you right click, it will take you into the periscope. And again, right click, take you in. If I scroll out, shall I say, it takes you to the outside world. This is the easiest way to view everything. You have an unobstructed view. However, it makes you incredibly easy target for small arms fire. And you have binoculars if you scroll out one more time. This is really useful for placing artillery targets, and you do that by holding down left click. You can move it around, and when you unclick it selects the target. Press M and you can see, look, there's my target. And the third view, the engineer / hull gunner. He's only got 2 views, looking down the sight of his DP-29 and a general look view around the tank. Okay then, let's show you how to drive the tank. Let's go back to the drive position. Let's drive with the hatch open for the moment. So the tank drives very similarly to how you play as a person. So WASD is to move, so W forward, S backwards. If you're static and you press A or D, you will rotate on the spot. So A rotates me to the left and D rotates me to the right. You do move forward ever so slightly, but it's not as drastic if I was to press W and then press D and I turn while on the move. It's more noticeable at high speed than it is static. And that's how you move the tank. Now you can move the tank from 2 different positions. You can move it, as I said, from the driver, or if you press 2 you can move it from the commander seat. I'll get out the tank to demonstrate this. There is a slight delay between giving your order and moving, but it is nonetheless effective. So again, W move forward, ASD, blah 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 blah. So you can see on the left there's text coming up, and it's what I'm saying to my driver. Very useful. Okay, so let's have a quick look at the firing modes of the T-34. So the T-34 has 2 different types of ammunition for its main gun. 3 if you're a commanding tank or squad leading tank. Armor piercing, which is what is currently loaded. That is used basically for taking on tanks and nothing else. If I press 6 on the keypad, it will change what round I fire. High explosive is very good for killing infantry, destroying buildings, which is possible in this game. I can't. It's hard to define what buildings are destroyable and what are not. So I will experiment in a moment with these buildings here. And the last kind of ammunition that is available, but I don't have, is smoke rounds, which is fantastic if you're a tank squad leader. So let's take up my anger on this building. So to fire the gun, it's very simple. Left click. Oh, look at that. Look, all destroyed. Ha ha ha. I now feel better in myself. You will notice that it has continued loading high explosive rounds, and it will do so until I press 6 again, and it will load an armor piercing round. You see that that building did not explode because I was firing an armor piercing round. I select high explosive again, and that building is no longer a problem. Now, I'm going to very quickly see if I can catch the crew loading the gun. I'm going to fire and then zoom out and look to the right, and you might be able to see the crew in action. There you go. You can see the loader putting in another 76.2mm round. So that is essentially all you need to know about firing the gun. All you need to know is when firing at a moving target to make sure that you aim slightly in front of it. And if it's a target at distance, you can use these ranges on the side of the screen, on the target rather, but I find it quite difficult. The other fire mode I should mention that the T-34 has is a machine gun. 2 in fact. One in the turret and one in the hull. The turret machine gun is fired by pressing right mouse. Oh, no it doesn't. Middle mouse. There you go. Our DP-29 is firing. Now this DP-29 only has a 30 round magazine, so it will be reloaded by our lovely gunner over there. He's doing a great job, isn't he? Again, if I press 3 and go down to engineer, I've got the hull machine gun, and again it is a DP-29. Not a DP-28 like I thought it would be, but doing my research, DP-29 tank only machine gun. So again, we can left click to fire it. Here's up all our ammunition. And yep, there you go, it will automatically reload the weapon. So you can put the magazine away, put a new one in, blah blah blah. So they are the main fire modes. Now let's talk tactics. I'm going to drive while I talk so I can demonstrate the building. So, useful T-34 tactics. You will notice that T-34 tanks have slanted front and side armour. This is a great advantage when fighting the Germans. If I was to park my tank here on the brow of the hill, the armour will be at such an angle that if the front plate is hit, that rounds will be deflected. Now that is great news for a T-34, because its armour is only 45mm thick, but when a round hits a slanted armour plate at 45-degree angle, the thickness is doubled to 90mm, and that is fantastic news for a T-34. And the more of a hold down position we can get ourselves in, the better we will be against fighting fascists. So, if I reverse this a little bit more, you can see that most of my body will be hidden by the hill, and if I go down to the gun position, I can get my gun pretty low. If I need to, I can drive just a little bit forward, and there you go. That's pretty good range of fire. I can fire at buildings and kill fascists. Now, it is vital that you do not expose your rear, engine deck, or anything above the sides. Although the armour on the T-34 is slanted at the sides, there are many weak points on the vehicle. The weak points are mainly along the side and rear, and they include ammunition stowage bins, fuel canisters, what have you. You don't want that happening. Another great tactic for T-34s, or any tank really, is always stay in as much cover as possible. So you can see I've just parked by this building here, and now I can spot tanks through here. Let's say this was a tank. He can only see a very, very small portion of my vehicle. boom, and he will be dead because he's exposed. Never, on any circumstances, drive out in the open. If you can help it, that is, obviously. Like a map like Gumrak, it's incredibly hard to be in cover, but a map like Commissar's House, it's rather easy to stay in cover. That's pretty much all I've got for T-34. Let me just think about other tactics I have. If you're an anti-tank rifleman, now this is more of a how to kill tanks I suppose, but if you're an anti-tank rifleman, best place to aim for the T-34 is the track, because if you knock off the track, then well, it can't move. That's a bummer, isn't it? Let's be honest. And, oh, another feature that the tank has is, say if I want the gun, or the turret rather, to face those buildings over there, while I'm in the outside view, or even when I'm in the inside view, I can just left click and the turret will automatically turn. Okay, let's demonstrate that again out here. So I want the turret to face that building over there, I left click and the turret will automatically turn to face it. Quite useful, but well, useful, not useful. Another big recommendation I'd have is never ever allow other players in your tank, because they will just be the biggest hindrance you know. The only time I find that working with other players works is if they're in the same room as you, or if they're on mic chat. It becomes quite fun shouting across the room, tank over there, blah blah blah, and what have you. Aha! I'll use this knocked out Pz.IV as a very good demonstration of the best places to aim on a Pz.IV. And I'll do the exact same when I do my Pz.IV video. So, pretend that this Pz.IV is alive and kicking. The best places to aim for is the front plate there, where I'm aiming for now. Right there is a beautiful hit. Tank will probably be disabled or destroyed. You can aim for the running gear, so the track left and right, the gun mantlet, or the commander's coupler. Now the commander's coupler is a fantastic kill to get. It won't destroy the tank, but it will kill one of the crew members, and that's obviously what we want to hear. Let's move around to the side, and I can show you some of the key features where to aim for at the side. That's pre-programmed artillery, I don't really need to worry about that. Ooh, okay then, now we're aiming at the side. Pretend again that Mr. Bosch over here isn't dead. Aiming for the drive sprocket there will disable the track, or aiming for the rear idler wheel will also destroy the vehicle, or disable the track, should I say. There are ammunition stowage bins here in the tank. There are fuel tanks at the back of the tank in front of the engine here. Now they are fantastic places to aim for, and the tank will, if it's a good shot at close range, blow up. Another good place is anywhere between the wheels, so these bottom wheels and these top wheels. Fantastic. There's ammunition stowage bins behind the gunner, the machine gun gunner and the driver here. You can even aim for these double doors because their armour is thinner and you can kill the crew inside, which is obviously what we want. Last but not least, let's have a quick look around the rear. Why, that is some sexy rear this tank has. Okay, and the best places to aim at the rear of the vehicle is pretty much anywhere. It's all thinly armoured compared to the rest of the vehicle. You're talking about the engine decks all here, blah blah blah. I wouldn't aim necessarily for the turret though at this angle, because you've got this stowage bin at the back and the shell has to go all the way through that before it goes into the armour of the turret again and then killing the crew inside. So anywhere on this part of the body here is fantastic. So I think that's everything. I will make a Pz.IV how-to at the soonest opportunity. and some more weapons tutorials. A bit more professional than the previous one because that was a bit slapdash. I was a bit bored, so there you go. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I'll release the Pz.IV one when I get round to recording it, which should be this week. I hope you've learnt something. And this has been Bloke, and until the next time, cheerio.